Hello there, welcome to another episode of Arise Africa. This beautiful 25th day of March 2022. And yes, I'm not alone, I'm Boy McAntony, by the way, and I'm here with the delectable lady Gigi.
Thank you so much. Good morning to you.
Yeah, I think we need to apologize for not being around last week. Is it possible?
Yes,
to tell our
absolutely.
people?
It did take
Yeah,
place.
we know you missed us, and we missed you guys too. But we're here today, so that should count.
We're humans,
yeah.
and once in a while, that's an issue, and so we
Mm.
want to say we're sorry, and we hope that it doesn't happen
again. Like,
so
doesn't.
we hope you're going to keep joining us. You keep trusting us. You keep being part of our journey on this show every week. So thank you so much for joining us today. We know we are going to have a superlative episode, and so get ready, get set. We're putting it all together. The last week we were not around, and this week it's going to be mind-blowing program today. And so as usual, we're going to begin with a newspaper review. I've got to tell you what's up, and it's so much activity and so much on the news this period, especially with regard to politics.
Yeah. I will begin with Sunday Punch. APC presidential ticket. Tinubu, Bello, Umahi rather. Others learn fate may. And their APC may peg a presidential form at 50 million naira.
50 million.
That's heavy.
50 million.
Party makes over 300 million from convention funds, and then governors compile unity list as chairmanship aspirants reject consensus. That's all.
Looking at the amount of money for forms, it just streamlines it. It tells you if you do not belong to a particular you're not of a particular status.
Class,
thank you. You're not going to be able to ascend that presidency or whatever position, even governorship as well. Nomination forms are very expensive. And so before you'll be able to get to that position, you know,
imagine if I have 50
you've amassed
million
a lot of
now.
wealth. So it doesn't now you know the reason why people get into government, and they want to make their money back because it's quite a lot.
Really.
We're not talking about the campaigning, we're not talking about all the things you have to do to get up to where you're aspiring for. So it's
a good one, I guess. Let's move over to Monday paper. Let's see what the Monday paper is saying.
So we're moving on to Monday's The Guardian. That's what we have for Monday. It says defection, judiciary again, Access 20 Cross River lawmakers. Yes, we're getting. Will you get me a bit close so I can read the sub headlines and all that? Battle shifts to a court, that's appeal court, as Umahi withdraws stay of execution application. Lawmakers' removal in line with spirit of law, says Senator Imoke. Withdrawal complicates Umahi's matter, says Oyebode. Issue certificate of return to our nominees. PDP praise INEC. No cause for alarm, APC declares. Well, defection, judiciary again, Access 20 Cross Rivers lawmaker. It's been playing out for some time now. Started with Umahi.
It's crazy, when we see all this, we want to really find out, like, okay, is our democracy really working as it should be? Because most of the time, if you are against the government in power, something always happens to you. So now most persons want to defect to be in like a good book in a way, for as far as the government is concerned. EFCC forgets about any case they have about
allegation.
you, anything that happens immediately as you defect.
You are alleging.
You say, no, it was
That's
not,
what they
it
tell
was
us. It's
never
not.
say,
It's not
They say it's an
because
alleged stuff. They are not, what's it called, guilty,
as charged.
as charged or whatever, or not proven or guilty until found guilty or whatever the English word is. You get, but it's one of those things. So let's enjoy the
Let's
ride.
move on
It's
to the
Nigeria.
next paper.
Tuesday paper. It's this day newspaper, and it says Buhari, Nigeria's huge dependence on imported agricultural products to end soon. I saw that on the social media, and if I tell you,
But is it not possible for them to make it end first, and then they will tell us it has
Soon.
ended?
Yeah.
They'll tell us it's ended. You can see the result.
Yeah, you know, soon could be 5 years time. Soon could be tomorrow. Soon could be 10 years. Soon could be
Don't
20
make promises you can't fulfill.
Soon could be when he's out of office. So it's one of those things. But then we know that it's actually going to end.
And then someone would say, we're carrying on with the agenda of
Yeah, that's what it will be. The next stuff. Inaugurate 2.5 billion. Okay, inaugurate 2.5 billion Dangote fertilizer plant. New airport terminal. Inspect Lekki Deep Seaport. And then also direct timely completion of seaport, and then so also a lot of stuff on the rider. And then there's a picture of the president actually, will I say, commissioning the Dangote fertilizer port, and it's totally crazy because you know how lovely this is. The fact that as Nigerians, this is actually the second largest in the world. Second largest fertilizer plant in the world, as well as the very first in Africa. And, yeah,
I would actually be more pleased. I would be more
opportunity
pleased.
for people,
I would be more pleased if there were several fertilizer plants across
True.
Nigeria.
I think it's one at a time, Chichi.
No, I think Nigeria. We've been here for quite a while,
Yeah.
more than 60 years. So I think we should be talking about more people getting into setting up stuff like that in the country.
Yeah,
Not just one major one
Okay.
to serve billions.
Exactly.
Billions of
I think. Okay, now this is one in Africa. Actually, I think the first in Africa as well, and or one of the biggest rather in Africa. Now we have other fertilizer plants, even in Port Harcourt and all that, but they are not so doing well.
Then they should be revamped. They should be given more money.
That's why
They
I feel
should
it's
be
the government
helped.
that should be
They should be
looking at this.
supported.
If a private owner, a private business can think of this and put up such, we have the funds in the government, so they should do something.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not really impressed with. I feel that we should have. Nigeria has several regions. We should have more people helped in different the areas of the country. That's when I get pleased when stuff like that happens. So let's move on to the next newspaper. That's for Wednesday. We have Business Day. It says Thursday, pardon. Nigeria faces slower economic growth in 2022. I don't like that story. Don't like it. We ought to be making improvements. 2023, Atiku pledges to prioritize economy, security. All right, so that's Atiku coming out to declare for presidency on the platform of the PDP.
Yes.
And I think that's all we have for that paper.
And they'll move over to today, Friday. The big news there, it's the Punch newspaper for today. And it's the APC convention. Buhari battles last-minute crisis. Summon governors, chairmanship aspirants fail to agree. Wow, that's a big one. And you know, most of this happening in the APC camp is not really good for them, especially when the presidency, or rather the election, is very close. Tinubu ex-governor Akande meets president in Villa over
Umishore's choice as
secretary. Ruling party bars political appointees from Saturday's national convention. Yeah, so and then I saw this news yesterday of police actually distributing new stuff. IG distributed 253 trucks, APCs, other vehicles,
Vehicles,
uniforms to
formations.
formations, and I think that's a good one. More because you see some policemen looking all tattered and all that, and yeah, so it's a good one for them.
It is.
And then one very great story down there. Fashola restates second Niger Bridge 2022 completion date. Blames IPOB.
Okay.
I
So,
think that's why I had to read that because to always play the blame game.
okay, we've not got much time on this segment, so we're
Yeah.
going to run through the other papers. Nigerian Tribune says APC convention consensus arrangement faces threat. And the story is on page 2. It says move governors move to pacify aspirants over Adamu. How Buhari adopted regional stakeholders micro-zoning. President meets with Tinubu, Akonde, Okorocha, El-Rufai, others. Tells NAS caucus to avoid squabbling. Unity list out today, says Senate President. The story is on page 2, and you got gunmen kidnap co-member. We don't like that. We don't like that. Reps political appointees to steer clear of party primaries and to implement Section 84, subsection 12 of Electoral Act, House says. The story is on page 28, and we move on to the next paper.
All right, the next paper is This Day newspaper for today, and it says in-depth political move. Buhari's men set to dominate incoming APC NWC.
National Working Committee.
And that's a big one. Yeah, and then it says Abdullahi Adamu Chair, Ifeoluwa Oyedele Secretary, and then Ken Namani Deputy
Chairman
South.
South.
And then it says Waziri Bulama Organizing.
Secretary.
All right. And then CPC Elements adopts Afinkuyomi and others to Grace Party Conference as well. And then I think that's the story. And then up there you see riding on national mood. Peter Obi joins presidential race. I think that was a big one yesterday when he went to Anambra to seek permission and the blessings of his elder statesmen to join him. And then promises to lift country out of poverty is in politics out of sacrifice, says Babangida Aliyu.
Okay.
Wow, that's a good one. Consensus again. Saraki Tambowa Bala meets in Abuja. All right, so I think we'll still be getting to know more persons that will be joining the presidential race.
So if we don't have any other paper, I think this is where we're going to be ending this segment, newspaper review, but we'll be back in a minute on Social Media Buzz. Stay tuned.
All right, welcome back. It's still Arise Africa, and yeah, we're about to go into the virtual street. And yes, you know we always like that. And over the week, a lot of things have been buzzing. For example, today Nigeria is playing Ghana. For example, that's also there. But then this, we're not talking about that because Chichi doesn't like sports.
But if it's my country, I'm interested.
Oh, okay. The last time I checked, you were crying. You cried.
Do you remember
some years ago.
I said, yes, I did. And remember the last time we talked? Yeah. And I actually begged Nigeria to win.
Okay, so
I was
you
actually saying that if Nigeria would win, I would give my heart
yes.
to football once
And then they left and they fell out.
They broke my heart again. So, but I want to say, I'm a Nigerian and I'm loyal to my country. So if Nigeria's playing, I'm interested.
All right. Anyway, it's not about football. It's a very great young man that has really, he touched the heart of everyone. He built a car. It took him 4 years to really put this. His name is Ibitoye Michael, and he's an engineer. Actually, he studied engineering and all. And, you know, it's totally great. I think we have a video of him. Then when we come back, you just get to hear what people actually had to say.
When I did small, I yarn to myself, say, the first car where I go use for my life, now me go do it. I don't do it now, and I dey happy. The project take me 4 years to finish. Before I start this car, I don't know anything, I don't get idea on the car. But when I started, I go out, go seek for idea concerning the wedding. Now, only one day, it take me to learn the wedding. Concerning the mechanical aspects, I get that opportunity be say my papa na mechanic, so I dey follow am go shop when I be small. Concerning the fiberglass where I use do the body, I go online, search for video, so I come practice am and I get am. My name na Ibitoye Olajide Michael. People they call me engineer Wichat. Na inventor I be. I be from Orin Ekiti in Ekiti State. I study plant science for university. The course where I want study for school na mechanical engineering. But since they no give me twice, I no get choice to take the plant science. Everything wey dey on top this car na local material. Na around my side I get everything. The engine wey my car dey use na 1.6 liter Volkswagen engine. Na the engine wey Golf 3 dey use. My car get everything wey other cars dey get. My car get radio, seat belt, trafficator. My car get 4G wey get reverse. My car get reverse light. All these switches na for light, this one na for radio. I get cigarette port too. I fit use my car charge phone. The car shape where you dey see for here na sports car, and I me draw everything myself. I no look any motor do am, just because I no want me people wey get car wey go look like my own come catch me say I copy their product. So everything where you see for the car body here, na me draw am myself. When I dey do the body of the car, I use carton as the mold. So now on top the carton, I come fiberglass the shape where you bring out. Before I finish this car, I made a lot of sacrifice for the project. For clothes, I know they buy clothes. I sell some of my things with the house. I just want to see the project, may just work. I sell some of my home appliances in my room. For sleep, I know to dey sleep. Now they do this project. All the thing where they do, we say I just want to make the project, may it finish, may it do okay. Many people don't offer to buy this car, but I know fit sell am. The reason be say the car na my first project, so I know fit sell am. No matter how the price, I know fit sell am. This car where you see so, now wetin I know, I use do am, but it never reach standard where I feel they do am, they sell to people make them use. I want go learn more about mechanical engineering. So I believe say if I know more about all those things, I go dey competent to dey do car for Nigeria to dey sell.
Because
Nice.
we talk mine. All right, people, and yeah, it's great, wonderful stuff. And
It
you know,
is.
when we saw it, we're like, wow, we really need to really put this out there. And yeah, it says,
But before we go into that, you know, sometimes we've seen a number of projects like this.
this, yeah.
We've seen the one someone did a little car. We've seen someone else do cars like this in Nigeria, and I'm wondering what happens to these people. Where have they gone? Have they gotten
that's-
support?
that's the
I mean, there's
thing.
this particular one I saw that we did it on the show,
Yeah.
and one of the companies abroad.
You just came to
You remember
take it.
sometime
Yes,
last year.
Yeah.
So do we let
That
them
drone
go,
guys. Yep.
or do we do something? Do we support them? Do we have an arm of government that supports people like this? Do we support our local efforts?
Normally, the persons that are supposed to be the Ministry of Science and Technology is supposed to help all these guys. The Mechanical Engineering Society as well could actually help these guys. But then the problem is Nigeria right now, we're not making anything. You get Innocent Motors that still try to make stuff. It's not really getting a lot of support as well. You get, so that's one of the problem. So most of the time, these guys will end up going to places where things are already better off for them, and it's probably another inventor about to leave Nigeria. It's a sad one, but that's what will always happen. Yeah, you get. But they are Nigerians still, so they'll still continue to fly our flags. All right. So, so I will just take.
Isaiah
One,
Briggs? Isaiah
Isaiah
Briggs
Briggs,
says,
yes.
wow, I just enjoyed everything. Lots of great talent in our country. I wish you all the best. May God help you to become better. Congratulations on your first project.
Awesome. And then Kester Clark says, Nigerians with great talent wasting, but the government, they kill them. No organization to practicalize it. All of them, they fight for their own, how they want take loot money. God help us in this country. God bless your work there.
Okay, and we've also got Ms. Robes who says, among talent dey for Nigeria, oh, and the economy we know they supportive. Now the economy we know they supportive. My God bless every hand hustling to make it. More inspiration, bro.
All right. I think that's all we can take for this first part because we are really out of time. And yeah, the second buzz for today, it's still also car related, I'll say, and it's just something funny. Ebuka Oshendu just wrote and said, "Dear Nigerians, please use your trafficator." And you know, it's funny. Everyone was laughing and like, sure, everybody uses it. But then when we went into the comment section, you found out that a lot of persons were saying so much about it because we've noticed that some persons do not even use trafficator. They just use their hand and just tell you
Okay.
I'm going left. All right, and then Justice said,
It's not our fault that once you use your trafficator, they will make sure you never enter the lane. That's why we take them by surprise. Justice.
you see somebody that's actually telling you why he's not using this. All right. Clinton says, "Na trafficator when they call them for my area." It says, "Unless you call like that, we no go here." So you get, and I think a lot of persons call trafficator, and it's not correct, Nigerians, to learn today.
Kemishola Adekunle says, our advice, if you ever by chance drove in Ibadan, don't depend on your trafficator. You will have to indicate by stretching out one hand to the direction you're taking. Else, you just hear Gboza.
Because they will not look at it at all. All right, I think this will be the last one. Daddy J says, fuel cost to you don't know that trafficator consumes fuel. Are you serious? LOL, it says, it's only in our country that driving rules are not fully observed. And that's true.
Really true.
That's true.
Really
That's
true.
true.
We're really out of time on the segment. We're going to be back in a sec, and it's going to be pretty exciting because we're going to the core of the matter, the crux of the matter. What are we really looking at today? Get to find out right after the break.
De Bruyne, the Belgian imports into Man City have signed a new contract extension with the club. Mega prediction: Chelsea and United. It's Arsenal this weekend and Liverpool.
Zinedine Zidane knows that this is not the best time to talk about Salah. Liverpool have a very important game to play against Real Madrid.
Let him go to Barcelona.
I repeat, Mourinho will never accept.
Now you have so many attacking players in that team.
ABN Sports, showing live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. West African time on the African Broadcasting Network, ABN.
We must go back to the fundamentals and the basics and start to teach people hard work.
You could prepare something like this for your family as well.
So now that I've learned the process, let me enjoy the process.
If you are not at the table taking decision, then you will be the menu on the table.
One of the ways you can actually see opportunities when you begin to see problems.
Arise Africa, showing live Fridays 10 a.m. with repeat broadcast on Saturdays 9 a.m. West African time on the African Broadcasting Network.
All about the Word of God.
Welcome to another episode of Soul Connect.
That you will set the captives free because the anointing is on you and you'll be a Holy Ghost troublemaker.
Because when you hear something and you say something and you'll do something, you'll receive something.
God can transition you to a place of influence and impact by the power of the Holy Spirit.
Join us on Soul Connect on the African Broadcasting Network, showing live every Thursday at 6 p.m. West African time.
Welcome back to Arise Africa. And of course, we are right here on the segment where we talk about the crux of the matter. And today we would like to evaluate the real estate sector in Nigeria. What is the real estate sector all about in this country? What is the level of business investment? How can you tap into it today with the state of the real estate sector? So, we have a guest as usual who is deep into real estate. Is actually a real estate consultant, and he is no other than Emmanuel Omiawele, who is a business developer and a real estate consultant, as well as a pastor.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning to you. We're glad you're on the show.
Welcome to the show,
Good
sir.
morning. Good morning.
Good to have you.
It's my pleasure to be here this morning.
Awesome. All right. Now, sir, a quick one. What we want to ask now is because we're out of time already, even and this topic is not something that we can really deal holistically today. But then, we want to know. Let's get to our people. Let them understand what constitutes the Nigerian real estate sector. What is it all about?
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Before I answer that question, I want to talk about real estate, because before you talk about the constituent of real estate, you need to at least expatiate on what real estate is all about. So real estate is basically landed property and anything built on it. And so in Nigeria, as it is today, what constitutes the real estate sector is commercial, residential, the raw land, and special use. So these are segmentized. Okay, you remember I said that the real estate consists of landed property or anything fixed on it.
All right. So now you don't have to come into the question. So what is the totality of the real estate sector in Nigeria? Like, what constitutes the Nigerian real estate sector aside this building and probably getting the lands on and all? What else should one know about the real estate sector in Nigeria?
All right, the real estate sector in Nigeria is growing, and as it is today, you can make money from the real estate sector in Nigeria. You can also invest in the real estate sector in Nigeria and get your return on investment. The market share in the real estate business in Nigeria is so large that we are just scratching the surface. Okay, so it's a big space where everybody can come in and do business. Okay, as it is today, if you go to Lagos, for instance, you will see places where people just buy land, put a gatehouse there, and they start selling properties, and people are buying. Okay, they are making money.
That actually talks about investment,
of course,
because it is said by many that real estate is an untapped gold mine in Nigeria. You know, as an investment opportunity or a business. Tell us more. You're already going into it, so I want you to really, dwell on it. Tell us more about, how it is running in Nigeria.
All right, the real estate is not just a gold mine; it's the new gold mine in Nigeria. And as a business, it is thriving so well. Now, let me give you a statistics of what's happening in Nigeria. In 1970, in the city of Lagos, we had 1.4 million people staying in Lagos. But today, about 36 million people are in Lagos.
Wow.
It therefore tells you that they will have a housing deficit if they don't plan for the future. And that's why the opportunities are so much. The opportunities in real estate is so much that any Tom, Dick, and Harry can make money from real estate.
So that means because people are always moving, people are always going towards cities, migrating to cities, there will always be a need.
Yes, there will
for real estate. That means real estate will always thrive.
Yes, there will always be a need for real estate, and real estate will keep thriving. Let me give you another statistics. In Lagos, for instance, if you come into Lagos, you would realize that we have a lot of people looking for where to stay, a lot of people homeless. All right, there is a statistics that was given 3 or 4 years back that 86 people come into Lagos every hour. That means that over 2,000 people come into Lagos per day, and these people look for where to stay. So the opportunities are alarming. So much. It's a huge market that everyone can come into real estate and get.
So in profits, like, okay, you've got a provision of houses for rent, landed property.
Yes, the opportunities in real estate is so much that you can have an estate, okay, and put it on rent. You can build and put it on rent. You can build and lease it out. So it's so much that you don't need to be a genius to do well in real estate. You just need to understand the market and come into it and key into it, and you are in millions.
Okay, so now that we're talking about migration into cities and all that, so that means we are noticing that everyone is moving into urban areas now. So we will now have to zero in on how will I put it now, into home ownership, because now if we are moving, a lot of persons, like you just said, do not have homes. Now, what is the plan? I think how will I put it now? Home ownership is something that is important, and it's very low in Nigeria. A lot of persons do not have accommodation as we speak. Now, we know, because what we're trying to do is to ensure that everybody gets a touch of it. Now, we've spoken about the investment part of it, but now, what is the plan for those persons that do not have homes? You get my point? What's the plan for us? What's responsible for that low turnout as well in the home ownership? And then what can be done about it? Like, what can we do about it? Because right now some persons don't get house. You get my point in a lot of places. And so why is it like that? Because everyone is building, opening lands in different locations where people are not actually there and all that, and we're saying the lands are there, money is being made and all these things, but then people are actually not getting these houses to themselves.
All right, now to be very frank with you, home ownership in Nigeria is low as it is. I think Nigeria has a percentage of 62% home ownership. In Kenya it's about 74%. In South Africa it's about 84%. All right, that's to tell us that there is a lot to be done in Nigeria, and government has to come in. I think the reason why we are having issues is because we don't have a structured mortgage system in this country. There is no structured mortgage system. If you have a structured mortgage system, all right, you could pay a down payment. For instance, in the United States of America, you could pay $10,000, all right, and then spread the remaining one within 25 years, and you have a home. Okay, but in Nigeria, the case is not like that. Even some civil servants don't even have a house of their own. Some of them work for 25 years, and it's when they want to retire that they start thinking of building a house for themselves. I think government needs to come into it. It needs to come into what we do in the real estate sector, create the structure, okay, and then make people understand that they can own their own homes.
So just a follow-up now, let's say the government is not doing anything, but you guys are striving and you are making it big in this. So what are you guys doing to actually help out with this? Because now you guys, a lot of real estate companies have the lands, a lot of have the buildings and all that. So what's the plan? What are you guys doing about it as well?
I've seen,
because another
payments are, for example, if you want to purchase a property, they don't tell you, they don't give you that mortgage system
of 25 years or 10 years. No,
most of the time
2 years.
2 years. Have you seen 2 years?
I've not even
seen just like 3 months,
a year or something.
One
pay across a year.
Okay,
payment.
let me answer that question.
Yes, sir.
The private sector is doing a lot. I won't want to mention names, but we are doing a lot to ensure that home ownership is something that everybody can key into. You know, we have a vision in our organization, and the vision is to make home ownership dream a reality for all. Okay, the organization that I represent, that is our vision. But we have done a lot, and we are still doing. For instance, we get a place, an estate, and start building, and then we give people the opportunity to buy instrumentally. They can pay and spread within 1 year. They can pay and spread within 6 months. That's something we have been doing for the past 10 years. We have been doing it for the past 10 years, and we are still doing that. So I think that the private sector is doing so much, we are trying our best to do what we can. Okay, and one problem we have in the real estate sector is that getting this documentation, the right documentation, is not easy. For instance, if you want to get a landed property with a C of O, okay, you need to pass through government process, and these things are expensive. They're expensive. I think that's why home ownership in Nigeria is a bit low, because people are complaining. Again, the economy is down, you know, and then the common man is finding it hard to purchase plot of land in places like Banana Island, in places like Ikoyi. But we have a system where even if you can't buy there, you can buy in a place where you will be able to pay, a place that is affordable for your own class. Okay. And like I tell people, you have not really landed until you have a landed property. So, and you don't need to be rich to have a landed property. You don't need to have millions in your account. You can start from where you are and then start planning. Within a few years, you will get there.
Okay. All right. So we're almost out of time, but I think it's in place to ask you this question. Every time you hear of collapsed buildings, every time you hear of all sorts of things, you know, happening in the real estate sector, because real estate, of course, like you said, has to do with land, property, and all that. So let's talk about some of the major problems bedeviling this particular industry, real estate, and how it's being tackled currently. Okay.
Real estate is also not free from challenges. Last year, I think we got the Ikoyi building collapse and all that. But we have some issues in real estate. We have some people parading themselves as engineers, and some of them didn't even go to school. I mean, they didn't go to an engineering school where they could understand. So
construction is part of real estate?
Yes, construction is part of real estate. Housing is part of real estate. Okay, so these quacks parading themselves as engineers, some of them are the problem that we have in the real estate sector. I think government has to also regulate the real estate sector by providing policies, and these policies should be adhered to. Okay, so that any person who wants to play in the field of real estate should understand that there is a policy guiding what they want to do. And I think if we can address this situation, if we can have more professionals in the business, if we can have people who understand the rudiment of the business, understand that they are not just dealing with properties, they are dealing with lives, the lives of people, okay, then I think we'll have a way forward.
All right, so I need to just throw this in. How low, like, what's the barest minimum that can get me into real estate?
Okay, I will answer that question.
Because you said something that, oh, you don't need to have millions. Yes. Because I'm thinking that someone is trying to trying to get it out, like, I don't know, maybe money reach 1 million first, like the way saying worry. Okay. Let's try to get before you now start to, before you can build, or
all right,
probably both investment or anyhow, if it's to invest in it, if it's to probably even get the house building or something.
Now you said how low.
Yeah.
So I will want to know your budget as a consultant. I don't just answer.
Okay,
I want to know your budget. For instance, if you earn 100,000 in a month, okay, I will tell you, you could save up to 500,000 naira in a year. Okay. All right, and get a property that suits your size. The problem with many people is that they've not done real estate before. They want to have a house in Ikoyi. It's not possible. They want to have a house in Victoria Island. It's not possible. Even in Warri, you can't get a house in a place like NRA Junction. You can't even get a land there. Do you understand? So what do? You go out for those places that you know development will get to in a few years, and you buy. There are places around Warri Saple Road where you are leaving this place to Benin that you can still see a land for 500,000, for 400,000, for 300,000. In real estate, you don't wait to buy properties. You buy properties and wait, and over the years they will appreciate. Okay, so you don't need to wait to have millions of naira to buy property. Now, how come that our forefathers were able to have landed properties? They didn't go to school. They never earned salaries, but they were able to have landed properties. And then you see a graduate earning and working and getting 50K, 100K in a year, in a month, and they tell you that there's no money. The truth is that there will never be money. You know, money will never be enough. When God created man, God dropped man in the Garden of Eden in real estate, and he said, till the ground, dress it, Okay, and with real estate, you can multiply money, you can transfer money to your children, you can save money. Do you understand me? So that's real estate for you. You don't wait to get all the money in the world. If you are waiting to get all the money in the world, you will never get that money to invest in real estate. So wherever you are, you start from there. If you are going towards a Igboro here in Delta State, there are bushes there. Go and buy. Those places they used to call bushes in Lagos are now cities. Who will go to Ibejileki to buy a land 20 years ago? Who will go to Sango Tedo to buy a land 10 years ago? Nobody will want to go there. But today, you can hardly get a plot of land for 5 million in some of those areas.
In fact,
because
I saw that they're now moving towards Ekpe.
Yes, they are moving towards Ekpe. All right. If you had a lot of money, yes, if you had a lot of money some years ago and invested in Ekpe, if you had a lot of money some years ago and invested in Sango Tedo, you'll be a multi-millionaire now.
Awesome.
Okay, so in rounding off, what are the prospects of real estate in Nigeria? What do you see the future?
Okay, the future of real estate is bright. We are just scratching the surface. Now, in a place like Hong Kong, they don't sell landed properties again. They only sell spaces, bed spaces, okay? In places like the United States of America, you just discover that what they do in some places is to destroy a building and build a high-rise building there. Okay, so we have not gotten to that point in Nigeria where we start destroying buildings. We've not gotten to that point. The lands are still available. So we are just scratching the surface in Nigeria. A lot of places where you have a lot of land. You have places where you have bushes. Okay, people are not even staying there. But in the next 10 years, because of our population, people will want to migrate to such areas. So the investment opportunities in real estate is so massive. And that's why real estate can make anybody a millionaire overnight. If you understand the game, if you know the dynamics of real estate, you could make money from real estate. I remember God told Abraham, he said in Genesis chapter 12, he said, I will show you a land. Leave your father's house and leave your kindred, and I will show you real estate. And in real estate, I will bless you. So real estate is the platform for obtaining blessings from God.
Yes, thank you so much,
Mr.
Omiawele.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Did
Awesome.
justice to the topic.
I think you've covered quite a lot.
All right.
Thank you very much. We hope to probably get more persons to invest in this, and it's an awesome one. I think
important. You have to own your home.
Yeah, it's important.
It's very important to get your own home. That's on one side.
Very.
And then, of course, you want to invest. I mean, from the way you said it, you don't have to have
so
much
money
to be able to invest.
Just plan, set targets and all that.
Add to your income. Maybe you're doing something else and just add it to your income. I believe, right? Or you can start it as a full-blown business and all that.
It's awesome.
I think it's worth looking at in this year, 2022.
Okay, it's the year just started. Don't say, oh, I've not been able to save a lot. This is March. And yeah, the first quarter is almost over, so you still have time to save up and try your best to follow up with real estate. It's important that you do so. Everybody needs to have a shelter and a roof over their heads. It's important, so let's work towards that. I will say thank you once again to our guests for helping us deal with this topic today, and to you too for staying with us all throughout the time for over an hour right now. And I say thank you very, very much and for staying with us. And don't forget that the show is open for sponsorship, so do well to reach out to us via the numbers on the screen and also through our social media platforms. Yeah, Arise Africa will be back next week. And I'm Boye McAnthony and from the Lady Chichi.
Thank you so much for staying with us. We'll be back again next week.
Bye for now.
Bye for now.